right, Jacqueline, thank you very much. And Jim Miller came to work for the New Orleans Saints in 1986, a year after Tom Benson bought the team. He joins us now by phone with more on the passing of Tom Benson. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
It's my pleasure. Excuse me, my pleasure early this morning, Sheba.
Yeah, and as we said, the entire state, of course, is mourning. But for people who know him personally, we want to know your thoughts on his passing this morning.
Well, obviously, it's a loss to the city and to the state and to the National Football League. But personally, it's even a greater loss to people who knew this humble man. I knew him back when he was a little bit more animated, especially inside with his employees, because he demanded excellence and he challenged us all to achieve that excellence. He wasn't shy about letting us know what he wanted. He'd raise his voice on occasion. He'd slap his palm on the table, and but we knew all that was to make us all better and to achieve his standard of excellence that he had always lived by. So that, you know, that I've had just a zillion thoughts in the last 18 hours or whatever it was about, you know, the great times with him. It was a learning experience, but it was an experience I'd spent 10 years working for a guy who had great integrity, who was humble, but who demanded excellence, and we were challenged to achieve that.
And Jim, I was going to ask you that because Tom Benson was a very good businessman, a very shrewd businessman. Sometimes he could be a ruthless businessman. What was it like working for a guy like this? Because you said he had a humble side, but he also had a tough business side.
Well, I remember a time when we were negotiating a new contract with for the Superdome, and we weren't getting anywhere. And Tom said, "Come on, let's go to Baton Rouge." So we went up to meet with Governor Edwards at the time. And believe me, it was like he was talking to one of his employees. He was raising his voice. Tom was slapping the table. You know, Edwards, he didn't let much bother him in a negotiation like that. And he leaned back and at the end, he didn't say much. And Tom didn't think he was getting anywhere. But you know, he slapped the table again. And Edwards, he smiled and said, "Don't worry, Benson. Just calm down. You'll get what you want." But it's that type of guy. He was Mickey Loomis and I have met on the golf course many times, and we laugh about the Tom that I worked for and the Tom he worked for.
Yeah.
You know, the Tom I worked for, I think was a little. He was younger. He was a little more vibrant. He didn't really know everything he didn't know. He knew he didn't know what he didn't know, and that was what made him a great businessman. He hired people who were smarter than him in certain areas, but you know, a person one time said, well, you know, he hires people who dress better than he does, who talk better than he does, who may be smarter than he does, but all those people are making money for him.
That's right.
So, you know,
that's a good businessman.
All right,
that's a perfect way to end it, Jim. All right, thank you very much. And you mentioned former Governor Edwin Edwards. We're going to be talking to him in our 8:30 half hour this morning, so you don't want to miss that. Jim, thank you very much. Good talking to you.